Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are having a lovely morning or afternoon or evening whenever you are watching this video. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're subscribed and you're back again, it's good to have you. Introduce yourself, let us know who you are.
Yeah, no, I'm a person who's just a creative. I come from a family who is just was all about being creative and artistic as well.
Okay.
I'm someone who's grown a business, started a business back in 2016. The business is called Cross Generations clothing company, unisex clothing, all ages, and I'm a husband and father. So
basically he's trying to say he's a jack of all trades, like he's dabbling in so many things. And I just wanted to just just touch on a few things on what you just said actually. Cross Generation, that's an amazing name. Like, what made you or what inspired you to call your business that?
Cross Generation was even pretty much before it even became a reality to me.
Okay.
So I've always been into fashion and clothing from when I was in like the later part of secondary school. Okay. And then
that's
the name.
A long time.
Yeah, it's been over a long time. So it went through different names.
Yeah.
I think, but I've always known the initials K and G.
Okay.
It was called just some. I didn't want to mention half of the names, but I think when you think like when you wake up on January the 1st and it's just like, well, what should I do this year? And I just thought about it. I didn't like the previous names. Yeah. And I just said, I think the name Generation came first. Because I am actually a person who's inspired by like old school things. Like let's say 20th century music and fashion and sports and just entertainment in general. So I said generation. I said my style was very generational. I was always wearing different stuff. I was always dressed different from my friends in college or whatever. So I said I'm a generational kind of guy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I said, what? I had the initials K and G. The old name was K and G, but it was something else. And I said, okay, so what should I make this K be? And I was like, okay, I'm a cross between different generations. And I actually said that to myself, but it's actually really random.
That's amazing.
And I said, okay, it actually makes sense. Cross and then generation. So I just said, but I'm not going to do cross with a C, I'm going to do cross with a K. So
it's nice because because I know your name is Stefan, and I know it wasn't your name, but because normally when you look at brands, it's normally the person's name and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So it was actually nice to know that this is where you was inspired and you came up with the name and stuff. Because starting a business is not easy at all. That's why we're having these kind of conversations and stuff like that. So like, what kind of challenges have you actually faced when it comes to doing your business?
So I guess it's something that everyone's kind of gone through, which is the following, people getting to know who you are. But I just remember telling myself that just spend the first year and a half maybe just building content, building a portfolio, and then when you've done all of that, when you've done some things and made clothes and samples and all that stuff, especially with fashion, then you can go to people and say, hey, you want to try this? And you gotta have something to show first. You can't just come in the game and it's just like, okay, I am a fashion designer today, and it's just like boom.
So do you think like the times that we live in now, do you feel like social media has like a huge part in terms of like your business and promoting it and stuff like that, or do you feel like you can separate the two, or does it go hand in hand?
I mean, with anything you do nowadays, social media plays a huge part. If you want to showcase yourself, social media, it makes it easier to show what you do. So people gravitate to that. That a lot of people do is they go on their friends, which is it's probably not always the healthiest way to do it. But like realistically, that's what people do nowadays. So you have to if you're starting a business, if you have a business currently, you got to go with the times.
The reason why I asked you that is because I personally find it annoying sometimes how someone can just like to how many followers you have. Because for me, I see it as quality over quantity. Do you know what I mean? It's not about the numbers, it's about the work that you're doing. But I understand sometimes it the numbers do have it, like it has to make sense, but then sometimes it's like no, like the person's brand is amazing, like does it always need that? That's me, that's always my thought. Like I don't know, what do you think? Like
I mean, do your thing, do what makes you happy, don't think about the numbers, but obviously unfortunately when it comes to some of these companies that want to back you and invest in you and stuff like that, they do unfortunately look at the numbers. They do look at not just the number, but even the interaction as well. Because a lot of people can buy followers and all that stuff.
True.
So people want to see what your numbers are. Especially if you're selling clothes or you're selling an item. What they want to see. How much sales are doing. You know what I'm saying? So
if they're going to invest in you, they don't want to make any losses, they rather want to make wins.
When
it's come from that kind of point, that makes a lot of sense. Just going back into your background, are you Ghanaian? We want to know, are you Ghanaian?
You know what, I'm from all over the place. I call myself
okay.
I'm actually quarter Ghanaian, quarter Nigerian, and half Jamaican. And I'll break it down because I feel like I have to.
You have to.
Because no one understands. I'm like, some people ask me, do you have 3 parents? I'm like, no, I don't. Dad's dad is Nigerian. My dad's mum is Ghanaian. And my mom's parents are Jamaican. Her side's Jamaican. But my parents were both born in the UK. I actually lived in Ghana for 3 years.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Went to school and everything like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So and honestly, when it comes to, I had the best time of my life. Like I would say I had probably the best childhood ever. Having that. Okay, I was born in this country. I was born in the UK, but going to Ghana from 8 years to 11 years old, came back for 16 to school and that. So I also had the best childhood. Was like
that's
Ghana
amazing.
Was freedom, when I say freedom and justice, freedom. I know. Obviously, when I say freedom, it doesn't relate to what they're saying about freedom and justice, but like literally, it was the best childhood.
So how was that experience then? Like going to school in Ghana and then now coming back here. How was that?
I mean, when my parents first told me, I thought they were sending me a joke.
Really?
I was just like, it was like a culture shock. At first, but I don't know. It was just I think it took me about a few weeks. To get into it, and then like as soon as people are friendly over there. So as soon as you go to school, as soon as you're like in the areas and wherever you're living and stuff. So, people are so friendly. Once you get that little community and people around you, outside of the family, I was staying with family. It was good, and then you could just walk around somewhere and it's just like you feel safe. You feel like people, I don't want to gas it up. But,
listen. You don't need to because I mean December alone talks for itself. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone around the world is going to Ghana in December every year. Do you know what I mean? And they talk about how Ghana is the hot place. Do you know what I mean? So do you know what? Now that we've already touched on Ghana, I wanted to warm up a bit, but so you do your business here and you do it in Ghana, if I'm correct.
Do parts of it in Ghana, but we, if I had to go into Ghana, kind of, it was sort of started with the whole event that I did back in 2019. So it's all registered and everything in Ghana. It's a legitimate business in Ghana.
Good.
But we're still, right now, we're basically rebranding in Ghana right now. Kind of, obviously, we were talking before, the pandemic and a lot of things changed. So I just thought, you know what, if I'm going to do something again, I want to come back with a bang. Because I feel like a lot of people forgot that 2019, December was serious December.
It was.
Everybody was on their thing that year, and that whole year of the return and everything like that. I feel like it hasn't had the same feel. So
I get you. It's like we've lost out basically.
Things just people have been going to Ghana, but I don't think it's the same level as 2019 and even the years before. So right now we're just rebuilding in Ghana, and we'll come back to Ghana.
I love that. And I love that. Did you guys hear that? He's coming back with a bang.
I said bang really loud.
Yeah, that was powerful.
I tried to.
It wasn't a small bang, it was bang.
I just made the whole room shake.
It's good. And just talking on just a little bit about your event that you had, from my experience as being a model.
Yes.
Listen.
Oh yes.
That was one of the best moments. I had it's on my channel. I vlogged it and everything, so you guys should go and check it out. Listen, it was amazing. You know, when you're doing what you love, right, and you do it in another country, especially when you're doing it back home in Ghana, I don't know what it is, but the vibe, the feeling, the emotions, everything behind it is just on a different level. Like, I had such a great time, and it wasn't even my brand. I was just here supporting my brother, but it was just, I had the best time. You know, it was at the beach, the weather. We're not worried about it raining or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just pure good vibes, man. And the day of your event as well, that was amazing. Like, I had such a good time, and I was so excited, and I'm still excited because, you know,
takes it back.
And you know, it's just annoying because COVID, like, people were really doing things, you know, and
a lot of people.
COVID just came and just took us back, you know. It's annoying that we're having to still talk about it today, but you know, it's happened now, so now we just have to move forward and just, you know, live with it. But you know, that event that you did was amazing. But what I wanted to ask though is, for me personally, I've noticed that when you're from the diaspora and you're trying to work with people in Ghana, you know, there's a lot of culture clash. When you're dealing with Ghanaians and you're from the diaspora, it's just a different vibe. Like, how was that experience for you? Like, how did you find that?
You know, like, when you're from this country, like from the Western world, you expect things to be done at a certain time. Like, you know, so obviously doing an event in Ghana, and this is why I say that I feel like I just need to do it one more time. Because it's just like, you say, you know, you had a great time, which I saw you did. All the models had it, you know, Siobhan was there, you know, like, everyone was there, like, Coffee was there, everyone was there. But it's not stress before my life.
Wow.
You know, so I'm doing that stress, and I'll tell you some behind the scenes truths. You know, 'cause I remember we spent a lot, I think you came a bit early. We spent a lot of time just sitting down, just talking. I've never been that stressed, but because I was working on the event from probably a year before it actually came into fruition. So you know, and then I really started putting things down 6 months before. So I thought, you know what, I've got so much time. This is gonna be some, you know what I'm saying? and thank God it was successful. But at the same time, it was just, you tell someone to do something at the same time, you don't have to at the same time.
That's it.
You know, you have certain things that are supposed to come. I think the biggest thing is time. And time management and how things are supposed to be done.
It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because when you're in the Western world, like you said, everything is about time. Like, we live like robots here, though. For being honest, like, we have to wake up at a certain time. You've got to be at work at a certain time, because if you're not at work at a certain time, best believe you're gonna get fired. But with Ghana, it's a different vibe. You come late.
I'm sorry.
I had to go to a funeral. I had to do that. And then the thing is, you'll still be able to come to your job. But so I know that is definitely a clash. So what advice would you give to someone who is from the diaspora who wants to start a business? What would be your main advice for them?
Just appreciate the way how Ghanaian people work, and try and adjust yourself with the way that they work as well. Don't get so fed up with how things are over there. You know, just appreciate it. It's not going to be UK, it's not going to be the US.
Exactly.
It's Ghana, do you know what I mean? It's Ghana for a reason. So just do what you can. Appreciate the culture, respect the culture as well, respect the people. Because Ghanaian people are very respectful people. Just do things correctly and try to educate them in a way that hopefully will help whoever you're working close with as well. So
I really think that's a really good advice, because, you know, I don't know if you've heard this saying that, you know, sometimes Ghanaians do feel intimidated by us sometimes, because it's like, we come with the vibe that we're here to teach you something, we're here to teach you. But like you said, you know, I've not heard it being said the way you said it until now, that sometimes it's not about showing just because you're from the Western world, so you've seen things differently. Remember, like you said, you're going to Ghana, so you need to appreciate Ghana for what it is and how the culture is. There's definitely something that we can also learn from them as well. So it has to be hand in hand. So I guess, like, your approach has to be different as well when you're coming to them. It's not like, I'm from the Western world, this is how we do it, you know. So what you said is actually really, it's really
respect their culture, respect what's going on so that they can receive you well as well. You know,
of course.
It's give and take
situation. Of course. So I have a last question for you. now that we know more about Stefan, we know what he's doing, what should we be expecting from you?
You know, people always ask me, especially, I always talk about people in this country, I talk about people in Ghana.
Oh, really?
I always get asked, you know, like, you know, when are you going to, you know, when are you going to do
really?
something? Yeah, I think my next plan, I know my next plan for Ghana very soon. I want to do like small pop-up shops and small market stores.
That's a really big thing in Ghana.
Yeah, I really want to do things like that, like quick events, you know, just to and just so that I can do it on a small scale, but it'll be
on a bigger scale.
It will be so many more events and a bigger scale as well. So that's the plan. I want to get people familiarized with the brand, and I want to fill that gap that's not really in Ghana at the moment as well. But before I did my event, and I'm not saying there's no other brands that's doing streetwear, but I didn't personally. I was going to Ghana every year, and one thing that I did, you know, found out when I did my research is that people are looking for things like streetwear brands and stuff like that more. And now there's amazing streetwear brands and culture over there. It's actually amazing. But at the same time, there's space for everybody. I know I'm not coming back to the 2019 event. I'm coming back to like 2023, 2024.
Bigger and better.
So it's just familiar, reintroducing myself to Ghana and reintroducing Ghanaians to what Cross Generation is, because it is initially started in the UK, but and we come to show Ghana a lot of love.
That's it. Anything, where can people find you?
We're on Instagram, Cross Generation with a KR.
I'll leave it.
I was about to spell it, but you know, Cross Generation with a K, and then the Cross Generation Ghana as well. That's just that just focuses on Ghana, and then the website www.crossgeneration.com. So just Google us, you know.
Cheers. He's everywhere. Exactly. So you don't have an excuse to not find him. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I know you guys enjoyed this. I know you did. So guys, stay tuned. There's more coming, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay blessed and God bless. See ya.